Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with our event recap of Star Wars: War of the Bounty Hunters. We're looking at month 4. So, month 3, things got kind of heated. Luke showed up at Jakara. Vader made his ultimatum, and yeah, of course, Vader claimed Han it for himself, and yeah, fun times all around. So let's kick things off with Dr. Aphra, number 14. Was the first, basically. So to be just for full transparency, when we do these, we generally go with the order that the books were released in. Also, if there's a list in the back then the order that the books are listed in is the order we go in. So, Dr. Aphra was released first, so that's where we start. Where we left off, Dr. Aphra and her counterpart, Sana Staros, were hiding from Darth Vader and figuring, hey, well, they'll see what they can find on the Crimson Dawn, on the Vermilion, and they got captured. Just like in Ariel, you had run into Lucky's old mentor, and he had defeated them, and they ended up also captured too. So Aphra and Sana wake up next to in the same cell as Lucky and Ariel. Get a little bit of explanation of a little bit of the history between Lucky and Aphra, and an idea of the relationship between Sana and Aphra. But they do a variation of Get Help. This. For those who might not know what I'm talking about, Get Help is a common trope when it comes to prison sequences. It's referenced as such in Thor Ragnarok, but prison sequences, or getting away, escape sequences, stuff like that. In Thor Ragnarok, the idea was that Thor and Loki, on their way to Grandmaster's vehicle hangar, Thor suggests they do Get Help. Loki says they're not doing Get Help. When they arrive, they do Get Help, and Thor comes out. They come out of the elevator with Thor holding Loki, and Thor's saying, "Help! He's been wounded." The idea being everyone comes to everyone either comes forth to say, "Oh, what's going on?" concerned, and they're with their guard down so that they can be taken down, or everyone scrambles to go literally get help, and so you are dealing with fewer adversaries that way. This version of Get Help, the more prison-based one, especially when you have a group in prison, two of those imprisoned start fighting. Sana and Ariel, you kind of just stand there, playing their parts by saying, "Oh no, they're going to kill each other. Please, won't someone come in and stop them from killing each other? Oh no." Yeah, but simply put, it makes it easy for Aphra to take over one of the guard droids, and for them and for the quartet to make their escape. As they escape from the brig, they come upon the armory, and well, weapons galore, because Crimson Dawn is a crime syndicate. They shoot their way out, but damn it if Afra doesn't want that data crystal necklace, which she finds in the possession of Lady Kira. It's then put in a case to, be kept safe. However, before they can take it, Deathstick arrives and places herself between our quartet of protagonists and the data crystal necklace. So Dr. Afra's kind of gone off onto her own tangent of things. Likely, the events occurring on the Vermilion will still kind of resonate with the remaining chapter, with the next part of Dr. Afra, but by and large, most of the action in the story has moved off the Vermilion because, well, Han Solo is no longer on the Vermilion, as we learn in War of the Bounty Hunters, number 4. So, at the end of War of the Bounty Hunters, number 3, Darth Vader declared Han Solo his, got in touch with Luke via comlink and said, hey, come down and face me, or I'm going to cut your friend in half. But Luke knows he's not strong enough. But he's got an idea. Boku the Hutt thinks that Vader has just made the Hutts look weak and wants to do something about it. Boba Fett and Dengar have a disagreement about Han Solo, which leads to the two of them duking it out. Of course, if Dengar's there, well, so's Valance. Dengar gets stranded on an ice floe while Fett and Valance talk. Fett proposes an arrangement or an alliance. The two of them work together until they can get to Han Solo. After that, well, then they figure out who ends up taking him. Boba Fett does not intend to lose Boba Fett, or lose Han Solo, though. Lando, Chewie, and 3PO get back aboard the Falcon. Luke and Vader have their they should get a dogfight, and Kira makes it clear that this is simply a first move. This is not the whole plan by far. As the shuttle carrying Boba Fett or Han Solo nears the Executor, Darth Vader's Superstar Destroyer, Boba Fett, pursuing in Slave 1, drops a toned-down seismic charge, which fries the systems on Vader's shuttle as well as on the Falcon. However, Boba Fett is not the only one going after Han Solo. So are the Hutts and everybody else. So things are kind of divvied up. Basically, Darth Vader, which is number 16, our next book, focuses on the dogfight between Vader and Luke. We get more. Again, as I mentioned, as to how it's truly feeling like a crossover, as you're seeing events from multiple perspectives. Well, this is one of them. But the dogfight first goes, leaves, is simply near the orbit of Jakar, but eventually makes its way back to the planet. Ochi, Darth Vader's partner, of sorts, servant. He he's trying to tie up all the loose ends. Turns out there's a group of droids on Jakara that go after that have been sent by Sly Moore to take on Vader, which leads to Slot Moore and Ochi having a bit of a knife fight. The droids also help make repairs to Luke's X-wing, and Luke's able to get back up and running and once again get back to the whole dogfight bit. The duel between Ochi and Sly Moore continues. But during the duel, Ochi notes that the Hutt ship seem to be doing something, and so he informs Vader that the Hutts are going after Han. Ochi has been tasked with taking care of Sly Moore for Vader. Our next book is actually not entirely. I feel like it's setting up the next part of the Crimson Dawn arc within the Star Wars comics. But War of the Bounty Hunters, Boosh. So, for those who may be unaware, the name of the bounty hunter whose armor Leia was wearing in Return of the Jedi when she masqueraded as a bounty hunter to rescue Han is Boosh. Boosh is a UB's bounty hunter. Not much is there isn't a lot known about the character. In Legends continuity, Boosh had made an enemy of Black Sun, and Black Sun did to it. One of their enemies, as Black Sun tends to do to their enemies, killed them, and so Leia got the armor that way. In post-Disney continuity, we don't yet know how Leia got the armor, but we get some background on Boosh. Boosh is the leader of a band of UB's bounty hunters. They'll work for really anyone who's willing to pay, but they've been exiled. That's why they wear the armor, that's why they wear armor. So, but they've been exiled from Uba 4, and they're in fact when one is exiled from the planet, they are pretty much scrubbed from all. They're never mentioned. Their family doesn't speak of them. It's like they never existed. And if you do something that's worthy of exile, it doesn't matter why you did it. It's just that you did it. So they get hired by Crimson Dawn to go after Domina Tage and the board of Tage Corp. And we see one of the things that Tage Corp is working on is a hard light blade. Basically, the idea is, give non-Force users the opportunity to use a lightsaber-ish weapon. But she arrives at the board meeting. We meet the board of Tage Corp, but Boosh and their crew show up and start wrecking house. Turns out that they were hired. They were basically hired through Crimson Dawn by Silas Sage, who's the head of weapons development. And for his betrayal, Domina kills them, or kills Silas. But in order to get Boosh and their crew off her back, Domina makes an offer, doubling what Crimson Dawn's offering, and getting them back to Uba 4, because Tachiko does have contacts with the Ubis. One of the few off-worlders with contacts, in fact. But she wants to know all about Crimson Dawn. And that is where the issue ends. Presumably, at the moment, I would presume that Boosh and their crew make it back, or get back to Uba 4, and they no longer need their armor. So, at the moment, that's the assumption. But I figure it's not going to be that simple. Our next book is Bounty Hunters number 16. So this covers a lot more of what happened between Dengar and Boba Fett. We also get some of what happened with Dengar and Valance before they arrived on Jakara. Turns out also that Tonga, one of the other bounty hunters heavily involved in the series, has put together a crew in the hopes of finding a young girl that Valance is somewhat protecting. But the crew that Tonga has put together includes Zuckuss, who has placed a tracker on Dengar's ship and discovers that Dengar's on Jakara. So Tonga and crew go to Jakara. But after Boba Fett and Valance make their allegiance, Dengar is attacked by a giant water snake. Also, Tonga and his crew recruit, at least potentially speaking, they at least come across Bosk, who has been tied to a piece of ice by Boba Fett. Before the sea creature can make Dengar's dinner, Dengar is saved by Death Stick. Turns out that he made a deal with Death Stick to get an invite to Crimson Dawn's party, but he's also been spying on what Valance is doing on the Punishing One, Dengar's ship, and passes along the information he has, which could help Crimson Dawn find the girl to Death Stick. So yeah, Dengar's kind of a scumbag. Yeah, he's trying to save his girlfriend, but still, kind of a scumbag. Which brings us to our last time we had for the month, Star Wars number 17. The focus is largely again on the dogfight between Vader and Luke. As Jakara is fairly cold, Luke takes advantage of it to get Vader's TIE fighter stuck in some ice, but that doesn't really slow Vader down. It doesn't stop him. It slows him down a little, but yeah, not enough. Then on the Falcon, it's all about trying to get the Falcon up and running, which eventually they do. And afterwards, Leia basically gives Lando the recruitment speech. puts it in, and manages to put things in a manner that, you know, a long-time gambler will appreciate. Explaining this the longest of long shots. But even with the damage that Vader has done, that's been done to Vader's tie, Vader is still able to pursue Luke. And yeah. But that is where the issue ends. So yeah, that was this month. More of the Bounty Hunters. Tomorrow we'll be covering the annual Bat Family crossover Fear State, which had its first full month this past month. Anyway, as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.